Good morning, everybody. It is July 3rd. I'm going to take the VinFast VF8 up here from Jacksonville to my sister's place in Atlanta, and hopefully tell you some things about my thoughts about the car after having it for a year, and see what I have to say about things, my thoughts, impressions, things I'd like to fix, and all that other good stuff. So, I still don't have a phone that turns the camera around, but yeah, let's see what we got going here. I've got 85%, and now according to the app, it gave me different directions than the in-car navigation before, not reasons. I should try to remember to blur this out here so people aren't going bothering my sister. Okay, yeah, it looks like it's got the same thing it was telling me yesterday. It's given me two charging stops. I think the first one is in Tifton, and the next one in Warner Robins at Bucc-ee's. The app told me to go to Valdosta and charge up to 95%, and then no more stops. Now I think it's a little bit the app and the in-car nav, they're just going on different things. I know that you can set up in the nav for shortest distance or quickest arrival, but it's like blurs out those options when you have added charging stops. And then also that 1:36 p.m. that is for 0 stops. I think if I look in here, see, this is saying 2:25 p.m. because it is kind of these charging stops, which I don't think these times are accurate. 11 minutes and 18 minutes to charge. It doesn't tell me what to charge to, just what the charge for, just the time. The app tells me what to charge to and the time, but the directions are different. So, but we'll have to see what goes on like from here. And also just anyway, as far as the map goes, the map directions they seem to be the directions are adequate. They know they're good choices to go. It's got live traffic routes here around stuff, so that's good. When I've got the map in just like the normal setting, now if I got the thing I'll go here. Okay, it's got a little bit more. It basically does this the whole time when I'm not navigating. It's not zoomed out enough to really be useful as a map, and which that's annoying. And then also, I see the north up button. It doesn't really do anything. That is not north up. That is just that's I don't know what direction that is. But the north up doesn't really work, and it's zoomed in too close when you're not using the map for directions. That's my criticism of the VinFast maps here. It's got Apple CarPlay and Google Android Auto, so you can use Google Maps or Apple Maps, and they work like they work. I don't think this car has preconditioning. I think it's got it's got facilities to be able to do preconditioning, but it doesn't do them. Or maybe it does. But it's not going to matter for this much. This is July, so battery's going to be plenty warm enough, and the car should be able to keep it, I guess, decently cooled out. How hot is it right now? So it's 77 outside here. And the battery temp is 80.6, so it's in like perfect kind of conditions like for that. So, but anyway, I'll just be on my way here, and maybe I'll get footage of driving, but maybe I'll just talk to you when I get to the next charging stop. We'll see. All right, well, here we go. Okay, I'm at the EVgo in Tifton, the Pilot Flying J station. We've got a canopy. We've got, see if I can get to the shot there. Got a little windshield wiper washer offer thingy. And just going to charge. It's a quick first charge here. I'm going to charge up to, I think, 60%. And then had just 84 miles to Bucc-ee's. The traffic's been surprisingly light for a holiday weekend, I guess, because the 4th of July is on Friday. I guess most people are traveling. Most people who are traveling are going to do it tomorrow rather than today. So maybe Bucc-ee's won't be too crazy. We'll still have to see, though. Bucc-ee's a bit of a madhouse. I guess I spoke too soon about the traffic, but I guess people aren't, just aren't out at 11 o'clock in the morning. But so about the car, one of the things to talk about, so out of spec guys, they were critical of this little button here on the door handle. And you feel the button, and you can definitely understand it. But I think it might actually be a proximity sensor, because, see, this car's locked, and I got the key in my pockets. I should be able to press the little thing here and unlock under the hatch. Let's see if it'll... Okay, it worked that time. But it'll be just as much cantankerous as that little switch up there. So I think it's a proximity sensor rather than the switch, because I that. But yeah, it's the trunk of the VinFast. What's the drawback here is this right here. This is the only light that is back here. So if you get somewhere in the dark, good luck. And then we have these things cut out here for a cover, but haven't seen one of these with the cover. And I assume they make them, but I don't know where they're coming from. But also, the other thing back here, this is the only power outlet. So just 12 volt right here. They ought to have one up at the front, and they ought to have a 110 outlet somewhere as well. That would be ideal. I think that's the main things with the actual physical car itself. The other thing is, up here could really use some a sunglasses holder, because this is what I got here. Otherwise, I put them down in here. And but having a center console and a glove box is nice. There's a lot of. Oh, I need to change that. Wait. I'm only getting 86 kilowatts and 46%, which I think is probably because the battery's hot. I have to look at the little graph of the charge point. Now, these are Mercedes-Benz charge point. These are usually expensive, but they're running a deal today, 25 cents per kilowatt hour, 4th of July weekend. But as crazy as Bucc-ee's is, there's plenty of fast charging, and those folks in the Suburban there's no charger there, so they're not blocking it. There's also, because there's these 10 Mercedes chargers. There's also a whole bunch of Tesla Magic docks over there. It used to be just a regular Tesla supercharger, but they added, I think it's a lot of Magic dock stations here. Here's somebody pulling up in a Rivian R1S. Nice. So let's see. This is saying 24 minutes to 90%. We'll see. I'm just gonna. I skipped getting anything from Bucc-ee's. It was just too wild in there, and I'll just stop at another place along the way to get some food. Made it to the Electrify America fast chargers near my sister's place, and I said nice things about the maps when I started, but then they totally glitched out after Bucc-ee's. Actually, when I find it after Bucc-ee's, I stopped at Chick-fil-A, and I got to see how, because Bucc-ee's was so a madhouse. Chick-fil-A at lunch seemed, calm.
Yeah, but I went out there and but I got my Chick-fil-A sandwich. Went back out to the car and the map was just frozen. And then I got to hear about the SOS. Like emergency notification system thing. I don't know if that might be related because it was giving me directions to they weren't changing, and luckily so I got to Android Auto loaded up, so I used Google Maps to get the rest of the way to my sister's house, but there was something else I was going to mention. Oh yes, the camera system. That's probably the one thing that's the most consistent malfunctioning thing on the cars, the cameras. Now it's kind of basically known that for VinFast it takes 3 minutes or so after the car starts up for the actual 3D camera comes. The rear backup camera is federally mandated. There's 2 cameras back there. So I guess they just have one that they was like reliable, and then we have the other one that's for the surrounding surround camera system. But yeah, they weren't working for when I was pulling into Chick-fil-A. They were not working. Now that things come here, if I can show it all. This phone doesn't do the turn around on the camera. I don't know why, but it does do the little shaky thing. I can turn the camera on. So my dad keeps on trying to just switch to like iPhone, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna bite the poison apple. I've got some beef with Apple. Why don't I, But yeah, I'm just getting a charge up here so that I don't have to so that I'm ready to go when I leave on Sunday. So all right, after a nice little trip, seeing sister and mom, dad, and baby for 4th of July weekend and baby's first birthday. It's a good little trip. Now I'm headed back, and let's see what we've got here for what the VinFast navigation has for us going back. So we've got, given us 2 stops. Yes, that 5 hours and 10 minutes with no stopping. And what we see here, it wants us to go to Circle K for 17 minutes. Another one for 16 minutes. I think this one is, it's like this is probably in Macon. Let's see. Okay, that's they're making our Warden Robins. That's pretty close to that Bucc-ee. See, that Bucc-ee's a little few miles down the road there. Let's see. As we're looking, see if Mercedes is still doing that 25 cents per kilowatt hour charging. Maybe that we should go a little further. They might have to drive a little bit slower. So what did it say that I would arrive there with? 27%. I could probably definitely get to the Bucc-ee's if that's the case. And then this one, where is this one? Wirecrest, Valdosta. Okay, so Valdosta probably. If I go to Valdosta, I think I'll probably check out the new Ionna station that's there. Right now, I'm at the racetrack gas station near my sister's house. Pick me up a little Mountain Dew here for the trip, and I'll be on my way now. By the way, it's illegal to hold your phone and drive in Georgia, so I might not have any B-roll for a road trip picture video. All right, so I got here with 33% battery. The thing said I was going to get here at 27% battery at 11:39 p.m. Was pretty close on the time, a little bit further off on the battery percentage. I guess the July 4th traffic through Atlanta was traveling a bit slower than 70 miles per hour through a good bit of it. So I'm going to charge 20 minutes here, and it's just about lunchtime, and this will Circle K truck stop thing. It's got can't get there, but this trucks are over there, and it's got a little Dairy Queen grill engine over here. Looks like I'm getting basically with max kilowatts hour for when the battery's this temperature. I haven't really seen it go above 135 in warm temperatures. So hopefully 20 minutes of charging will help it get to Valdosta, and I'll give me time to grab some to eat. I'll catch you on my next thing. Oh, by the way, it's Circle K charger. The one over there is a mobile app only. And then over here, I was able to use the card reader. The tap thing didn't seem to work on the card reader, but inserting the card, it started working right away. So there we go. Well, I actually charged for 24 minutes, so I got to the Dairy Queen a little bit slow, and this DQ was out of ice cream, which luckily I didn't drive her to get ice cream, unlike the family sitting ordering before me, which apparently had promised her kids to go get ice cream after church. Luckily, they weren't too upset. I don't know if their pastor would be upset or not about them breaking the Sabbath, but at least they acted in a good Christian way when confronted with a lack of ice cream at Dairy Queen. So I actually charged more than I needed to, but let's probably just get to the 80% there and head down to Valdosta and hopefully get able to check out the new Ionna station. All right, so I started charging here at the Ionna station in Valdosta. There's a thing here. It says a brand new thing. Everything worked really good. And check on that little screen for nerdy details. Oh, by the way, my nav system, so it navigated me here. And so, it navigated me to the Circle K this little bit. So it's trying to get me there. And originally it said I was going to get here at 2:38 with 23%. Now you see it's 216 and it's 25% after charging. So the battery percentage was accurate, but the time was pretty far off. So yeah, what do you know? So I stopped here at this very busy Electrify American station off I-10. The Ionna, the car was not, I guess the battery was too hot to keep the kilowatts up. It went down to 50 kilowatts for a little while. Then went back up at 100 kilowatts to the Ionna charger, and then back down to 50 again. So I was like, well, I better just go on the way and see if this thing gives me something. It was going to charge for 5 minutes here. I've been here for 4 minutes. I'm probably going to stay a little bit longer to get to probably 45%. I should be able to do enough to get home with some buffer. Though I think it's what we wanted me to do is get to 50%. I think it was I honestly was wanting me to get to 70% before leaving, but it was going to be another 20 minutes, which was going to be 20 minutes longer than it told me what it was going to do. So stopped here, and then I was a little worried because the charges there started for full. Only had to wait a little bit, and gotta make sure I only hear a little time because they've already got somebody waiting. So.
All right, made it back, and here are some graphs of the charging curve that I was able to capture, and the interesting stats. So it was about an hour of charging, all charging stops together on the way up and on the way down, like almost exactly an hour. And then on the cost of this, it was like $96 and something cents. It's about 350 miles, 357 miles each way. And it came out to about 12 cents per mile, or roughly twice as much as it costs to drive around just normal city. So that's something you can take into consideration if you are thinking about doing EV road trips. Cheap to drive around town, a lot less cheap to drive around on the highway. Now, I do primarily, rely on fast charging, even at home, and it's roughly the same cost as it is per mile for my previous vehicles. A 2006 Saab 9.3 convertible, you get some premium fuel, which is about 7 cents per mile. But of course, if you use like level 2 charging or level 1 charging even, cost is going to go down like quite significantly. And Another interesting thing people might want to know is that usually, so since I'm primarily relying on fast charging, it's usually between 150 to 180 miles of range between the fast charges. Anyway, that is my VinFast road trip and thoughts after 1 year of ownership. So with that, I will bid you adieu.